Freud's structural model of personality. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, proposed that the human personality is composed of three interacting systems, the ID, ego, and superego. These components work together to shape human behavior, thoughts, and emotions. 1. The ID, the primitive and instinctual self. The ID is the most basic part of personality and is present from birth. It operates on the pleasure principle, seeking immediate gratification of desires, urges, and instincts, such as hunger, thirst, and sex. It is completely unconscious and does not consider reality, logic, or morality. Example: a baby crying for food or an adult indulging in impulsive behavior like overeating or reckless spending. 2. The ego, the rational and realistic self. The ego develops as a person interacts with the real world. It operates on the reality principle, balancing the ID's desires with what is socially acceptable. It acts as the mediator between the ID and superego, making rational decisions. The ego is partly conscious and partly unconscious. Example: feeling hungry but waiting until lunch instead of grabbing someone else's food. 3. The superego, the moral self. The superego develops around age 5 and represents internalized morals, ethics, and societal rules. It consists of two parts. The conscience punishes bad behavior with guilt. The ego ideal rewards good behavior with pride. It constantly tries to control the ID's impulses and guide the ego toward moral choices. Example: feeling guilty for lying or proud of helping someone in need. Interaction of the three components. The ID pushes for instant pleasure. The superego restricts based on morals. The ego balances both by making realistic, socially acceptable choices. For instance, if someone wants to take a day off work, the ID says, just skip work and relax. The superego says, skipping work is irresponsible and wrong. The ego finds a compromise: I'll take a leave day next week instead. Conclusion. Freud's model explains why people struggle with desires, morality, and reality. A strong ego leads to a well-balanced personality, while dominance of the ID or superego can cause impulsiveness or excessive guilt. Would you like more details or examples?